Hey guys, Dobby back at you with another story. It was late October 2019 in a dense pine forest of rural northern Arkansas, way off the beaten path near the Ozark National Forest. Jake Harlan, a 42-year-old deer hunter, had set up a solo camp in a secluded hollow about 3 miles from the nearest dirt road. He liked the isolation, no cell service, no people, just him, his rifle, and the quiet. Around 2:17 a.m. he woke up cold. The fire had died to embers, and the woods were unnaturally still. No owls, no crickets, nothing. Then came the low, guttural chuffing sound, like a bear, but deeper, rhythmic, almost like it was his breathing through something mechanical. Jake grabbed his headlamp and scanned the tree line. At first he saw nothing. Then, about 40 yards away, at the edge of a small clearing, something massive stood upright, easily 8 feet tall, with broad, sloping shoulders covered in matted, dark hair that looked wet and oily under the beam. It had a classic bigfoot build, long arms hanging past its knees, a conical head, no visible neck, but something was wrong. Its eyes weren't the usual reflective green or yellow of wildlife. They glowed a dull, pulsing red, like brake lights seen through fog. When Jake's light hit its face, the creature didn't flinch or turn away like an animal would. It tilted its head slowly, unnaturally far, as if studying him with cold curiosity. Jake's heart hammered. He heard the local Bigfoot stories, but this felt different. The air grew thick, charged, like right before a thunderstorm. His skin prickled. Then he noticed the lights. High above the treetops, 3 faint orange orbs hovered silently, drifting in a loose triangle formation. They weren't stars, they moved with purpose, casting no beams but illuminating the canopy in a sickly glow. One of those orbs pulsed brighter, and the creature took a slow step forward, its feet huge, with long toes, made almost no sound on the leaf litter, which should have been impossible for something that heavy. Panic set in. Jake raised his rifle, finger on the trigger. The thing stopped about 25 yards away. Up close, he could see the details that made his stomach drop. The hair wasn't uniform. Patches looked matted and coarse like fur, but areas seemed smoother, almost leathery or synthetic, with faint vein-like patterns that caught the light oddly. Its hands had too many joints, fingers too long and tapered. And the smell, not the usual wild animal musk, but something metallic and burnt, like ozone mixed with scorched plastic. It opened its mouth slightly, revealing rows of small, needle-like teeth that didn't belong on any ape. No roar, instead a low humming vibration filled Jake's skull, like tinnitus but inside his bones. Words, or something like words, slid into his mind. Not spoken but pushed there. Observer, do not interfere. Jake fired. A shot cracked through the night, hitting the creature square in the chest. It staggered back half a step, then straightened. No blood, just a faint sizzle and a whiff of burning hair. The red eyes flared brighter. The orbs descended rapidly. One positioned itself directly above the creature, bathing in a soft, humming light. The thing's outline began to blur like a heat haze. Jake turned to run toward his truck, but his legs felt heavy, sluggish, as if the air itself was resisting him. He made it about 50 yards before he blacked out. He woke at dawn in his tent, fully zipped, rifle beside him, The camp was untouched, no shell casing from the shot on the ground. His watch had stopped at 2:17 a.m., and when he checked his phone, which had been dead, it showed the same time, 3 hours of lost time gone. But the evidence was there, deep, three-toed footprints leading from the clearing straight toward his tent, stopping abruptly about 10 feet away. And in the soft dirt near his fire pit, a perfect circle of scorched earth about 6 feet across, with no burn marks on the surrounding leaves, as if something had been lifted straight up. Jake never hunted that hollow again. To this day, he swears the creature wasn't an animal. It was something wearing a Bigfoot suit, or grown to look like one. Something sent to watch, and sometimes on quiet nights back home, he still feels that humming in his head, like he's checking if he's still complying. Moral of the tale: in the deep rural woods, when you hear something that sounds like Bigfoot, look up. You might not like what's looking back down. Thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for listening to my speech impediments and my Shatner-esque pauses. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever floats your boat. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.